God's chosen ones, God wants you to stay silent. Do not speak a single word. The darkness is settling in with only a soft golden light filtering through the window. The sound of bells echoes gentle yet insistent, stirring every beat of your heart. A breeze whispers through the air, carrying a sense of mystery power and an inexplicable pull deep within you. God is calling you, the chosen one, to pause all activity, to still every chaotic thought, and to focus entirely on the message about to be given. This is not an ordinary reminder. This is the moment where heaven and your soul converge. A shiver runs through you, curiosity spreading through your body. At this very instant, a sacred sign appears, meant only for you. All the sounds around you fade into silence, leaving only a holy stillness enveloping you, urging you to open your heart and listen. Surely you have felt moments when your soul leapt, when your intuition whispered, "Something is about to happen and it matters to me." Tonight is one of those moments. Picture this. You sit alone in a quiet room, gentle light slipping through the cracks of the window, everything around you seeming to pause. In that silence, God whispers to you, not with ordinary words, but through a feeling that penetrates your very soul. Right now, He is opening a door, a chance, a divine moment that only you can sense. Your heart beats faster. Your breath quickens, a mixture of anxiety and hope stirring within you. You wonder, why am I the one experiencing this moment? Why is tonight so significant? This is the sign that God is calling you, emphasizing that every challenge, every misunderstanding, every criticism you've endured has been ordained to lead you to a great victory. Chosen one, listen. God knows the nights you have cried in silence, the times you felt abandoned, misunderstood, or hurt by those closest to you. He sees every tear, every silent pain, and He speaks to you now. Stay silent, hold your faith, and prepare to receive the victory you have arranged. Tonight you begin a journey to discover the power of silence. A journey where every moment you hold your tongue, every time you refrain from reacting, accumulates strength to unlock blessings. Prepare your soul, for in the coming minutes, you will understand why God wants you to stop, and why your greatest victory begins in this profound stillness. Chosen one, do you feel the stirring in your soul? Yet you sit alone in the quiet night. All surrounding sounds seem to vanish, leaving only the steady beat of your heart, aligned with slow, deliberate breaths. Soft golden light filters through the window, shimmering like a reminder from heaven, illuminating the room and your soul. There is something about this space that feels unlike any other night. You sense a divine presence, as if all of creation is watching your every breath, every thought. In that moment, memories of divine signs in your life flood back. Repeating dreams, mysterious numbers that appear again and again, 777, 444, and the echo of bells in your mind, a bridge between heaven and earth. You remember the times your soul leapt when intuition proclaimed, "Something significant is coming." And now all these signs converge in this very moment. A shiver of wonder passes through you, a strange curiosity. Are you standing at the threshold of a fateful moment? Is God sending a message meant solely for you, the chosen one? Anxiety mingled with hope rises within. You ask yourself, why has everything I've endured led to this instant? Why is God calling me now? God is speaking to you, but not in ordinary words. He delivers the message through feeling, through a deep urging in your heart. Every breath, every heartbeat reminds you that you are an essential part of His divine plan, seen fully only by Him. Every challenge, every misunderstanding, every wound you've endured is part of the journey preparing you for the victory you are about to experience. Chosen one, feel this. This is the moment you realize you are not alone. He is guiding you step by step through every darkness and doubt. The light streaming through the window is more than physical. It is a symbol of the divine presence, a reminder that victory, comfort, and blessings await you. Keep your heart open, listen to each heartbeat, each whisper of your soul. In the minutes to come, you will begin to recognize the hidden power God has given you, the power found in silence, in patience, and in absolute faith that you are the chosen one. Every moment from here will shape your journey, and tonight will be the night that everything changes. Part 1. Silence is warfare. Chosen one, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and feel every beat of your heart in your chest. You have endured long days filled with misunderstandings, betrayed by those you once trusted. Family, friends, colleagues. Sometimes it is those closest to you who hurt you the most. You want to speak up, to explain, to defend yourself. But God whispers in your ear a word your soul struggles to fully hear. Be silent. It is strategy. A lump rises in your throat. Your lips want to part, but God reminds you a single wrong word right now could delay every blessing I have prepared for you. Every excuse, every emotional reaction is a bullet the spiritual enemy has placed, ready to destroy the magnificent plan meant for you. And what you need to do now is keep your mouth shut, stay silent, and hold your faith. Imagine this: you are holding a fragile candle in the midst of a fierce storm. That candle represents the blessings, the dreams, the miracles God is preparing. Every unnecessary word, every outburst of emotion could blow out that flame. But if you remain silent, you protect it. You allow it to burn brightly at the right moment, carrying a power only God can provide. Chosen one, do you see it? Silence is not cowardice, nor is it surrender. Silence is power. Every time you do not respond to false accusations, criticism, or cruel words, you are fighting on a spiritual battlefield, unseen by the eye. This is a battle where the enemy knows exactly how to make you fall. And victory does not come from your mouth, but from the heart that knows patience. Recall Moses at the Red Sea. Behind him, Pharaoh's army pursuing. Before him, the vast waters. Around him, 2 million people crying out in doubt. He did not argue. He did not shout. He did not explain. He stood still, and God parted the waters. Moses' silence was strategy. It was a weapon. Right now, you are standing before your own Red Sea. Misunderstandings, betrayals, rumors. And God is telling you, do not speak. I am making a way. Chosen one, you have experienced moments when your words became a double-edged sword, a hasty message, an explanation in anger, an unintended reaction. All of these can delay God's plan. That is why He asks you to remain silent. Because when you are silent, you make room for God to do what you cannot even imagine. You empower Him to work miracles, to bring you to victory without a single word from you interrupting His plan. Feel the tightness in your chest. That is the sign that you are realizing the truth. Silence is power. Silence is strategy, and silence is victory. Every time you restrain yourself, every time you resist the urge to respond, you are writing your story of triumph. Right now, God is arranging the pieces, adjusting every detail to ensure that when the time comes, your blessing will overflow, complete and unassailable. So stand firm, chosen one. Take a deep breath and feel the strength flowing through your soul. Your silence today will become the victory of tomorrow. Every challenge, every hurt, every misunderstanding is being transformed into a launch pad for the blessings God has prepared. Your candle will shine brightly, not only illuminating your path, but also serving as a testament to God's power for all who trust in Him. Be silent, chosen one, because your victory begins. The moment you hold fast to your faith, remain still and let God act. Part 2. The test of patience. Chosen one, open the eyes of your soul and look directly into this moment. You are facing provocations, arrows from the spiritual enemy, from loved ones, from friends you once trusted. Everything around you seems designed to pull you into reaction, into excuses or bursts of anger. You feel tension rising, your heart racing, your breath quickening. This is the test God has placed before you. Will you react or will you be patient? Picture Moses standing before the Red Sea. Behind him, Pharaoh's army approaches. Before him, the vast waters. He knew that if he acted on emotion, if he tried to find his own way, the entire nation would perish. Instead of shouting or resisting, Moses stood still, patiently waiting for God's guidance. He knew that God's timing was always perfect. Every step, every breath was guided by silence and trust. You are in a similar situation. The provocations ring out around you, pushing you to the edge of control. Family, friends, colleagues, those who seem to deliberately provoke, are all instruments to test your faith and patience. God is watching every reaction, every moment you choose not to speak. Every time you remain silent, you affirm that true victory does not come from words or emotions, but from faith in His divine power. Remember Joseph, the dreamer, the chosen one, yet envied by his brothers and sold into slavery. Joseph could have reacted, could have been angry, could have harbored resentment and sought revenge. Instead, he remained patient, steadfast in faith. Every year in prison was a lesson in trust, in waiting for God's timing. And when the time came, Joseph was elevated to governor of Egypt, saving an entire nation from famine. Every trial, every hurt he endured became a stepping stone to ultimate victory. Chosen one, can you feel the suspense rising in your soul? Every provocation, every message, every criticism is a test of your patience. God wants you to learn to trust that even when you feel alone and abandoned, He is orchestrating everything behind the scenes. Every moment you do not react creates a sacred space for His power to intervene. You might now ask yourself, why does God not act immediately? Why must I endure this hurt? This is the lesson of patience. For God's timing is not like human timing. He sees all things in fullness, knowing precisely when the miracle will manifest. Just like Moses at the Red Sea, just like Joseph in prison, you are learning to wait, a slow, deliberate waiting yet full of power. Listen, chosen one, the tension, the suspense, the anxiety, all of it is a tool to refine you. Every time you restrain your emotions, every time you choose silence over reaction, you are gathering strength to step into victory. This is not just a lesson in patience, it is a lesson in absolute trust. Trusting that God knows exactly what you need, knows when to open the door to blessings, and knows how to transform every difficulty into a springboard for your future. Chosen one, feel that suspense in your heart. Do not rush. Do not be unsettled. Do not speak before the time comes. Let every negative reaction pass, and instead focus on the whisper of God within your soul. He is teaching you that sometimes the greatest victory is not in a quick response, but in patiently waiting for the perfect moment. And just like Joseph, like Moses, you will realize every pain, every trial, every provocation you have faced has been arranged to unveil a victory beyond your imagination. All you need is to hold fast to your faith, to not let anger or pain control your words. Silence today, chosen one, is the first step toward tomorrow's miracle. Part 3, Divine Timing. Chosen one, look around you. Everything seems at a standstill. Work has not progressed, relationships remain strained, old challenges keep repeating. You may feel as though everything is frozen, as if heaven and earth are silent, leaving you alone in the dark. But listen to God whispering in your heart, everything is falling into place. A miracle is coming, just be patient. You may not see the results immediately, but every small sign around you is a message from Him. A recurring dream, a number that keeps appearing, a sudden reminder. All are bridges God uses to lead you to the perfect moment. This is not meaningless delay. It is God's perfect arrangement. Every moment of your silence is preparing the breakthrough that only He knows the timing for. Imagine standing before a massive wall. People around you are shouting, urging you to break through it by your own strength. You may feel confused, tempted to give up or act hastily, but God reminds you, do not rush. Wait for the right moment. I will make the way. When you remain silent, you are giving Him authority. Every hurried effort only delays the miracle. Patience, silence, and trust. These are the keys that open the door to the divine. Look back at Joseph and you will see a clear picture of divine timing. Joseph was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, imprisoned because of false accusations. If Joseph had reacted or acted impulsively, God's blessings would not have come in full. But he was patient, kept his faith, and when the time came, he was made governor of Egypt, saving an entire nation from famine. Every previous challenge became the foundation for the miracle. Chosen one, can you feel hope beginning to rise in your heart? Light is piercing through the darkness, little by little illuminating your path. This is the sign that God is preparing something miraculous, step by step in perfect timing. Every hardship, every misunderstanding, every stagnation is part of that perfect plan. Imagine walking on a dim path, the light flickering only briefly in moments. You do not know where the path leads, but you trust that the light will guide you to victory. Every silent step, every act of patience in the face of temptation to react, brings you closer to the miracle God has prepared. God is whispering, not everything will happen immediately, but when the time comes, you will see everything exactly as I intended. Do not rush, do not push, do not lose faith. Do not wait for the right moment, and all good things will erupt. When you understand this, you will feel comfort spreading through your heart, peace seeping into every cell, and your faith in His power growing stronger than ever. Chosen one, let every external delay become a bridge leading you to the miracle. Remain silent, be patient, and trust in divine timing. When you learn to honor divine timing, you will see that every closed door has a reason, every challenge has a purpose, and every moment of silence is building the foundation for your victory. Look deep into your heart, feel the light piercing the darkness, feel hope rising, and know that God is guiding each step. You are not alone. Everything is being prepared. When divine timing arrives, everything will change. Breakthroughs, victories, and full blessings will erupt. Every act of patience today will become tomorrow's glory. Part 4, Spiritual Warfare. Chosen one, listen closely. Around you there are enemies unseen by the human eye. They carry no weapons, provoke no physical force, yet they attack you with words, with emotions, with seemingly ordinary events that sow doubt and confusion in your heart. This is a spiritual battlefield where every reaction, every word can become a weapon or a trap. God whispers to you every word you speak when provoked. Every emotional reaction has the power to transform or to destroy. Be careful, chosen one. Silence today is power for tomorrow. You feel your heart pounding, your breath quickened, because you know that your inner emotions are being tested. Every hasty word, every thoughtless action can slow the plan God has set for you. Imagine standing in the middle of an invisible battlefield. Around you are rumors, criticism, provocations from those you once trusted. You may feel anger rising, the urge to justify yourself, to explain, to prove your worth. But God reminds you, do not let emotions dictate your words. Do not let the spiritual enemy steal your power. Biblical stories remind us of the power of silence. David, when pursued by Saul; Joseph, when betrayed by his brothers; Daniel, when facing traps in a foreign court, all knew that sometimes silence is the only strategy to preserve blessings. One wrong word, one rushed action could close the very door God is opening. Chosen one, do you feel the pressure mounting? Every word, every reaction carries consequences. Yet this awareness itself becomes your strength, preparing your mind and spirit. When you realize that the true enemy is not those around you, but the reactions within yourself, you begin to control the battlefield. This alertness, this consciousness, is your strongest shield against every trap. Imagine holding an invisible sword, but instead of striking enemies, you use it to block false words, to restrain emotional reactions, to guard against provocation. Every time you remain silent, every time you do not respond to anger or pain, you are victorious on the spiritual battlefield. You are allowing God's power to operate, allowing Him to open doors and allowing His blessings to arrive in full. Traps are not always obvious. A careless remark, a disdainful glance, an ill-timed message, all can stir emotions within you. But God whispers, do not react emotionally. Stay silent, be patient, and let me work. Each time you obey, you turn challenge into a stepping stone for victory. Every tension into invisible power, and every seemingly negative moment into a testament of faith. Chosen one, feel this tension in your heart. It is the sign that you stand upon the spiritual battlefield. But do not fear. Use this awareness to prepare your mind to hold fast to faith, to know that every trial has a purpose. Every word you do not speak, every reaction you restrain, is a heartbeat in the greatest battle, a victory for your soul. Listen to God's whisper. Silence today is strength. It is not inaction. You are fighting. Everything you endure will become a witness for the victory to come. Pressure, tension, trials, all are tools to refine you, to make you stronger, to ready you for the miracle He has prepared. Chosen one, stand firm. Take a deep breath. Feel the power flowing through your soul. The spiritual war cannot defeat you if you know how to remain silent, if you know patience, and if you place absolute trust in God. Every trap, every provocation is only a temporary challenge. It cannot destroy the magnificent plan He has ordained for you. Part 5. Biblical Lessons Chosen. 1. Look deep into sacred history, into the stories recorded in the Bible, where the power of silence and patience became living testimony of faith in God. These are not just ancient tales. They are reflections for your life today, for every challenge, every trap you face. Let us begin with Joseph, the dreamer, the chosen one, envied by his brothers, sold into slavery, and imprisoned because of false accusations. Joseph could have been angry, sought revenge, spoken out to defend himself, but he chose silence, chose patience, chose to trust in God's divine timing. 13 years in prison trials that seemed utterly unjust became the foundation for Joseph to be elevated to governor of Egypt, saving an entire nation from famine. Every pain, every act of silence contributed to making Joseph a living testament to God's power. Next is Joshua before the city of Jericho. The walls seemed unbreakable. Everyone around mocked, doubted, even lost faith. Yet Joshua and the people of Israel remained patient, walking around the city using neither force nor words to convince anyone. On the seventh day, when the priests blew the trumpets and the people shouted, at God's command the walls fell. Victory came from patience, from silence, and from absolute obedience. This is proof that timely silence can break walls that appear insurmountable. David the shepherd who became king is also a shining example. When Saul pursued him like an enemy, David had the chance to take revenge, to defend himself with strength or words. But he chose restraint, silence, acting only according to God's will. When David cut a piece of Saul's robe without harming him, he showed that silence and patience protect not only the self, but also uphold God's honor and plan. David's victory did not come from hasty reaction, but from obedience and patience, from a heart that listens to God's whisper. Chosen one, let these stories illuminate your soul. Do you feel the stirring? Can you sense the sacred tradition flowing through every line, through the actions of those who walked before you? The trials you face, the traps, the provocations, all are opportunities to learn to practice patience, to listen to God. You see, silence is not merely the absence of speech. It is an act of power. Every time you do not react, every time you restrain your words, you are fighting with divine wisdom, paving the way for God to work miracles. Joseph, Joshua, David, they all proved that patience and well-timed silence can turn challenges into victory, pain into testimony, and silence into power. Imagine the moment Joseph stepped out of prison, Joshua standing before Jericho as the walls fell, David looking at Saul without harming him. These images resonate in your mind. Each image is a reminder that your patience today, your silence today, will become the victory of tomorrow. Chosen one, do you feel faith rising in your heart? Let the stirring, the sacred sensation spread through you. Every pain, every misunderstanding, every provocation is merely a test to refine your spirit, to teach you trust, and to show you that God always has a perfect plan for every step you take. So remain silent, be patient, and trust in divine timing. Just like Joseph, Joshua, and David, you will witness miracles manifest as you learn the lessons of patience, of listening, and of absolute faith in God's power. Silence today is the first step into the sacred victory God has long prepared for you. Part 6. Signs and Whispers. Chosen one, open your eyes and your soul. Around you, supernatural signs begin to appear, but they do not come with noise or fanfare. They arrive through subtle, small details that only a sensitive soul can perceive. A number appears repeatedly, 7 like a whisper from heaven. Bells ring soft yet steady, lightly vibrating within your heart. A miraculous light flashes, slipping through a window or across a dark room, awakening you to a presence beyond all. This is not mere coincidence. This is how God speaks to you through every rhythm, every sign, every whisper. Chosen one, feel the wonder seeping into every moment. Your heart soars, hope rises, and curiosity about what is coming makes your pulse quicken. Every sign is guiding you, showing you that you are not alone and that every step you take is directly guided by God. Imagine each number, each light, each bell is a bridge between heaven and earth. Each bridge reminds you that you are on the right path. The small signs you may have overlooked, a recurring dream, a number you repeatedly see, a sudden reminder, now come alive more than ever. God is using them all to tell you that a miracle is being prepared, and you are the chosen one to witness and experience it. Chosen one, feel the difference in the atmosphere around you. Not all miracles arrive with thunderous sound or dazzling light. Sometimes he whispers through the smallest moments, a bell ringing in the night, golden light streaming through a window, the number 777, appearing on a clock, on paper, or even in your mind. When you notice and pay attention, you perceive God guiding every step, every decision, every moment of your life. These moments carry deep hope and reassurance. You feel comfort from God, recognizing that every difficulty ahead is not a failure but a lesson, a preparation for greatness. Every sign is a reminder that you are on the right path, that every challenge you face is temporary, and that the miracle is drawing near. Chosen one, imagine walking along a dark path, but with small lights flickering to guide your way. You may not see the full path yet, each light ensures that you do not lose your way. Divine signs are those lights. They herald God's presence and power in your life. Each time you notice them, you feel more clearly the direct guidance, protection, and preparation He provides for every step. Let curiosity lead you. When you recognize a sign, you begin learning to listen to the whispers. These whispers are not the sounds of the world, but the voice of God transmitted through your soul. He reminds you, everything I have prepared is already in place. Trust, be patient, and follow my signs. Chosen one, do you feel the wonder? Every beam of light, every chime, every number, all teach you about elevation, hope, and ceaseless curiosity. This is the moment you realize you are not alone, that you are walking in a perfect plan, and every step has a sacred purpose. Each time you notice and feel the signs, you connect more deeply with God, understanding the power of silence, patience, and faith. Stand firm, chosen one. Observe, listen, and trust. Every sign, every whisper, every light, all are guiding you to victory, to blessings, to the moment when all previous trials will become testimony to God's power. And when you recognize the divine signs in your life, you will understand that everything happens for a reason. Every trial has a purpose, and every step is led by the hand of God. Part 7. Resisting Temptation. Chosen one, look directly into this moment. Before you, provocations and strong emotions are rushing in. An unexpected message, an ill-timed word, a glance that stirs painful memories, all challenge your patience. This is the test God places before you. Will you react in emotion, or will you remain silent, patient, and allow Him to act? God whispers to you, chosen one, do not let anger, frustration, or pain dictate your words. Every hasty reaction can destroy the plan I have prepared. You feel difficulty, anxiety, your heart racing. Emotions rise, urging you to speak, to defend yourself. But in this moment, determination is key. Silence is not cowardice. Silence is power. It is the tool through which you conquer without words. Imagine holding a fragile candle in the midst of a storm. Fierce winds, pouring rain, everything around trying to snuff out the flame. That candle represents blessings, dreams, and the divine guidance God has prepared. One hasty word, one negative reaction could extinguish it. But if you remain silent, you protect the flame, allowing it to shine at the perfect moment, illuminating the path ahead. Look to Joseph in prison and you see the lesson clearly. Joseph could have been angry, could have sought revenge, could have lost faith. But he chose silence. He did not react to pain nor let emotion control his actions. 13 years of seemingly hopeless trials, yet when the time came, Joseph was elevated to governor of Egypt, saving an entire nation from famine. Every act of restraint, every moment of silence brought him closer to his sacred victory. Chosen one, the difficulty and anxiety you feel are moments of spiritual refinement. God is testing your faith, reminding you that true victory comes only when you remain still. Every word you do not speak, every reaction you restrain is a step forward on the path to blessing. By standing firm, resisting the temptation to act on impulse, you build strength that only patience and silence can provide. Imagine standing before temptation, everything around trembling, dim light, flickering, the wind howling. You feel fear, the urge to give in, to react. But God says to you, you do not fight with words or force. You fight with faith, with silence, and with determination. Every time you restrain yourself, you turn a challenge into a testimony of God's power. Chosen one, feel the conflict within, anxiety, frustration, tension, yet allow hope to rise. Every moment you do not react is a moment God works miracles behind the scenes. Every act of patience is a step closer to victory, one step at a time, and no enemy can destroy it. Difficulty is natural, but you are called to stand firm, to remain silent, to let God guide your way. Just like Joshua before Jericho, David before Saul, and Joseph in prison. Victory does not come from hasty words or actions, but from patience and absolute trust in His power. Chosen one, take a deep breath, feel determination rising in your heart. Every time you resist temptation, every time you remain silent, you fight and you win. The power lies in the silence itself. Silence today to receive blessings tomorrow. Your victory is coming, and you will see that every trial, every temptation, every pressure is merely a tool refining your soul. Remain silent, patient, and trusting. Chosen one, victory never passes. Those who wait for the right moment and know that God's power is greater than any fleeting emotion. Silence today. Chosen one is the first step toward your great blessing. Part 8. The moment before victory. Chosen one, pause and feel this moment. You stand on the brink of something great, yet everything around seems still as if frozen. Your heart races, your breath quickens, and each passing second carries a breathtaking sense of anticipation. This is the moment before the miracle erupts, when every challenge, every difficulty, every pressure seems to converge to test your faith and patience. Imagine standing before the walls of Jericho, tall, strong, seemingly impossible to break. Around you, people doubt, mock, even lose faith. But Joshua and the people of Israel knew that victory had been prepared by God. They did not use force or words to convince anyone. They walked around the city, each step an act of obedience, each step a measure of silence, each step complete trust in divine timing. Every delay, every moment of seeming stagnation was preparation for the miracle to appear at the perfect moment. Chosen one, you are standing before your own wall. The hardships, the trials, the pains you have endured all seem like insurmountable obstacles. Your heart may tremble and you may feel powerless, but God whispers, "You have stood firm, you have been patient, you have remained silent. Now I am preparing the way." Every moment of waiting, every pain, every act of restraint is being accumulated to become a stepping stone for the miracle to come. Look to Joseph once again. 13 years in prison, seemingly hopeless. Yet when the time came, Joseph was not only released, but elevated to governor of Egypt, saving a nation from famine. Every moment of silence, every act of patience in the face of injustice built the foundation for great victory. Chosen one, you are walking a similar path. Every time you do not react, every time you remain silent, you move closer to your own miracle. Chosen one, feel the anticipation rising in your heart. You almost hear your heartbeat aligning with God's power. Each moment of waiting is a lesson in faith, in patience, in the strength of silence. The pressure you feel is a sign that the miracle is being prepared, that everything is being arranged to erupt at the perfect time. Imagine golden light beginning to shine through the dark wall, each ray reminding you that victory is near. Every final challenge, every obstacle that seems too great, is necessary for you to prove your faith, patience, and trust in God's power. When you stand still, resisting the temptation to react negatively, you are preparing for the moment of breakthrough, the moment when everything will change completely. Chosen one, imagine the moment Joshua gave the command to blow the trumpets. The people shouted, and the walls of Jericho fell. Victory had been decided beforehand, but it only appeared when every step, every breath, every silent and obedient act was completed. Right now, God is preparing your miracle in the same way. You may not yet see the result, but His power is at work and success is right before you. Stand firm, chosen one. The anticipation, the tense waiting is part of the test. Every moment of patience today will become testimony to God's power tomorrow. Every hardship, every trial, every feeling of helplessness is being transformed into a solid foundation for your victory. Chosen one, take a deep breath. Let the light shine through the darkness. Let faith rise in your heart. This is the moment before victory. Every preparation, every trial, every act of silence is ready to bloom. And when the time comes, the miracle will appear, the wall before you will fall, and you will see that every effort, every act of patience, every measure of faith has been rewarded in full. Part 9, Breakthrough. Chosen one, pause and feel this moment. Everything around you may still seem impossible, like invisible walls blocking your way, yet trust that victory is ready. This is the moment when the power of silence, patience, and faith in God is fully revealed. Every pain, every misunderstanding, every betrayal you have endured has been accumulated to become the foundation for today's miracle. Imagine standing on a vast meadow surrounded by darkness and mist, yet a warm golden light begins to shine through. Each ray illuminates your path, reminding you that you are on the right course, reminding you that every moment of silence and patience yesterday is leading you to the explosion of divine power. Chosen one, feel this deep joy spreading through your heart as if every cell in your body recognizes that you are part of God's sacred plan. You begin to perceive the miracle. Joseph was betrayed by his brothers, David pursued by Saul, Joshua walking around Jericho without using force. They all stood still, they all were patient, they all listened to God's whisper, and they witnessed victory appear in the most perfect way. Now, chosen one, you are experiencing the same. Every moment of silence, every time you resist temptation, every step following divine timing is leading you to the miracle. Feel gratitude rising. Every trial you faced, sleepless nights, silent tears, misunderstanding, was not in vain. They were the steps leading you to the peak of victory. Right now, you stand on the final step, ready to pass through the door God has already opened. Chosen one, look around. The walls that once seemed invisible are beginning to dissolve. The fears and doubts that weighed on your soul are replaced with the light of faith. Every silent step, every patient decision has now become the strength to walk into victory. This is the moment when you can feel the divine power at work, a power visible only to those who have been patient and trusting. Imagine Joseph stepping out of prison, Joshua as the walls of Jericho crumble, David standing before Saul without harming him. Each of these moments is living proof that victory does not come from words or strength, but from patient silence and God's guidance. Chosen one, right now, you are witnessing that same miracle in your own life. Feel the deep joy surging within you, gratitude flowing with every breath. Sacred victory is not distant. It is present before your eyes, in your heart, in your soul, and in the light surrounding you. Every previous pain is now proof of the strength you possess. The power of silence, the power of faith, the power of patience. Chosen one, take a deep breath and remember this moment. This is the climax of your journey, where every trial, every temptation, every provocation has become a stepping stone toward your victory. Every tear, every pain, every act of silence from yesterday is now transformed into joy, happiness, and gratitude today. Feel it, you are the chosen one. Every trial has prepared you for this moment. God's power flows through every heartbeat, every step, every breath. And in this light, you realize that true victory, sacred victory, is the reward for those who remain steadfast in faith, patient and silent, just as you have done. Chosen one, embrace this moment filled with joy and gratitude, for you have just passed the final trial, and God's miracle is now fully present in your life. Part 10. Victory and Confirmation. Chosen one, take a deep breath and feel this moment. A sacred light surrounds you, seeping through every crack, spreading throughout the peaceful space around you. Every tension, every worry, every previous challenge now seems to dissolve in that light. You are standing in the moment where everything God has prepared for you becomes clear, vivid, and complete. God whispers in your heart, you are the chosen one. Every trial, every pain, every misunderstanding was only preparation. Now you are ready to step into your victory. This confirmation flows like a warm river into your soul, dispelling all doubt, all loneliness. You feel complete comfort as if heaven and earth are walking with you. Recall your entire journey. From the first moments when God called you to pause through silence, patience, recognizing signs and whispers, to facing temptation, every step has led you to this moment. Every tear, every painful moment, every worry has become a lesson, refining your soul and preparing you for today's miracle. Chosen one, now you see clearly that the power of silence is not only strategy but the key to unlocking victory. Every hasty reaction, every wrong word from the past has been transformed into an opportunity to learn patience, trust, and how to listen to God. By remaining silent and patient, you have opened the door for the full manifestation of the miracle. Look around. Sacred light shines, flowing through every dark corner, creating a space of peace where all past worries and pains vanish. Pride and gratitude fill your heart. You are the chosen one, and now you can look back on your journey with deep appreciation. Every moment of silence, every act of patience, every time you listen to God's whispers, all have been rewarded with this victory. Remember, today's victory is not luck nor random chance. It is the result of patience, faith, and complete obedience to divine timing. Every trial you have endured now stands as testimony to God's power in your life. Every difficulty, every misunderstanding, every temptation was a necessary part of preparing for this miracle. Take a deep breath. Feel the light illuminating each step, each breath. Comfort, pride, and completeness flow through your soul. You have conquered yourself, overcome the trials, and now you realize that everything around you, even seemingly insurmountable obstacles, has been used by God to prepare you for this moment. Chosen one, embrace this moment. Let gratitude and joy fill you. Feel deeply that you are not alone. God has always guided, always prepared, and always affirmed you as the chosen one. Every past challenge was preparation, and now you have stepped into victory, into the light, into complete blessing. Finally, hear God's whisper. You have been silent, patient, and trusting. Now all the good things I have prepared for you will come. Walk confidently, live in the light, and share my power with other chosen ones. Chosen one, this is the full conclusion of the journey. Victory, comfort, pride, and gratitude all converge within you. Keep your faith, keep silent when needed, and walk guided by God's light. From now on, you are not only the chosen one, you are a living testimony of His power, guidance, and infinite love. Chosen one, let the warm golden light envelop the space around you. The room is still, yet your soul shines with divine presence. This is the moment to take a deep breath. Feel each inhale and listen closely to God's whisper. You are not forgotten. You are the chosen one. Every challenge, every pain, every misunderstanding was only preparation. God has guided you step by step in every moment. Every hardship, every difficulty was a tool to refine your soul, preparing you for the great victory He has arranged. Right now, you can feel comfort, stillness, and deep healing flowing throughout your being. Chosen one, keep faith that everything in your life has a purpose. Every moment of silence, every act of patience in the face of trials, every time you listen to God's whisper, all have been leading you to complete victory. The light around you symbolizes God's power, reminding you that you are always guided, always protected, and every blessing is waiting for you. Now act to connect with this power and the community. Type Amen in the comments to affirm your faith. Subscribe to the channel to not miss the next messages, and share this video with another chosen one you know, so they too may receive the light and hope God is sending. Do not forget to tap the bell so you do not miss tomorrow's message. Every reminder, every message, every moment of silence and patience is part of the grand plan God is orchestrating. Remember, you are the chosen one. You are not forgotten, and every hardship, was only preparation for victory. Chosen one, take a deep breath. Feel the power, peace, and hope. You have endured, been patient, and remained silent, and now God is granting you complete blessings. Step forward in the light with faith that you are guided, protected, and chosen to experience sacred victory.